From architecture to painting and sculpture, literature to live music and theater, Radio 111 presents The Desert Scene, your connection to culture and entertainment in the desert cities. Here's Bonnie G.
And welcome to The Desert Scene. I'm your host, Bonnie G. And we're really happy to welcome to the show today Dr. Lisa Lindley, CEO for the Coachella Valley Symphony, with some exciting news. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi there. I'm fabulous. How are you?
Good. So I understand that the Symphony has a brand new performance home. So tell us about that.
We do. Well, we are thrilled about that. We were able to do one concert last year at the Rancho Mirage Amphitheater at the Rancho Mirage Community Park, and we just loved it. And this year, the city invited us back to do our whole season there.
Oh, that's great.
We could not be happier. It is a beautiful venue. Honestly, I have to tell you, before going to our concert there last year, I had never been to that park and seen that amphitheater. It is absolutely beautiful. It has lovely sound, beautiful area for the audience to sit. It is all around wonderful. So we're super excited to be there.
Excellent. So you're going to have 4 concerts under the direction of conductor John Mario, and you're kicking off with a Halloween Spooktacular. So tell us just a little bit about that.
That's absolutely correct. Yes. So tomorrow, which we will do the Halloween Spooktacular, playing some wonderful, spooky sounding, interesting music that John Mario is just an exquisite programmer. So a varied program with a little something for everyone, everything from Malagueña to Ghostbusters.
Star Wars, Star Trek.
Star Wars, you'll recognize things like in the Hall of the Mountain King, which is by Grieg. It's a classical piece, but you've heard it in the background of movies before. So it's just a wonderful show. And the symphony will be in costume, so it's a lot of fun
great.
Show. We hope that the audience members, anybody who wants to, can show up in costume, particularly the kids. This is a real family-friendly, fun event.
Now, I have a question. You're the musical direction conductor, John Mario. Now, has he worked with the symphony before, or is this his first season with you?
This is his 7th season with us.
Okay.
And he is a real find, a gift. He really, this Coachella Valley Symphony has always been a wonderful symphony, but when you make changes, it just allows you sometimes to move to a different level in one way or another. And he has really done that for us in the way he conducts, in the way he programs, in the way he attracts musicians who want to play under him. So he's been a real find. He previously was the conductor for Jackie Evancho when she used to tour with an orchestra. Oh,
wow. Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you a little bit about his previous experience. That's great. So tell us about...
And
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Tell us more about John. I'm curious.
Yeah, well, and he has a background. He's trained a lot of opera singers, and so he has this wonderful fund of knowledge just of classical music and composers. So he always provides really interesting information and insight into the musical pieces. So he makes it fun. He makes all this classical music really fun. It tells you the background of what was going on at the time this piece was written, things that I've never even thought about, but I leave every concert going, oh my gosh.
I learned something. Yeah.
And it made the piece so much more interesting to understand, for example, what the composer was going through at the time he was writing the piece. And what this piece really meant to the composer. You listen to it in an entirely different way when he gives you that kind of background.
Absolutely. So I'm looking here, you are celebrating the 30th year as our community orchestra, Coachella Valley Symphony. That's pretty impressive. That's a long time.
It is impressive, right? And I'm always amazed that some people don't even know we exist. We've been here for 30 years. So that would be one of my goals, is through your show and through this season to make sure people know we're here.
So tell us,
know what we do.
How large is the symphony? Does it stay pretty stable every year as far as the members? Does it does that change a lot? And how large a symphony is it?
So a typical symphony is, maybe around 54 pieces. That's typical, but it can be over 70 pieces depending on the piece you're playing and the orchestration of that piece. So depending on the concert, we may have variable numbers. But generally, think about, 54 instruments.
Okay.
And it has been fairly stable over the years. There were some changes during COVID. You had people who no longer came back. If they had two homes, maybe they weren't coming back to the desert anymore. And there were just changes all around the world during COVID. So our orchestra changed a little bit during that time too, and had to do a little rebuilding. But there are a lot of familiar faces. If people have come to our concerts, they will definitely recognize musicians that have been there for many years.
Yeah.
Some of them for 20 years.
Wow. So tell us, you're going to have four concerts. So there are three more in 2023, January 29th, March 26th, and April 30th. Tell us a little bit about those, if you would.
I will. So first of all, tomorrow's concert is free to the public. So I just want to say that, as is the one in January and the one in April. The one in March is unique, so we'll talk about that one last. But January 29th is our stage and screen concert, which is some of your favorite selections from Broadway shows or movies, sometimes both, because people like to hear music they know.
Yeah.
So I think that concert is always very popular, generally a sellout, because people know they're going to hear beautiful music that is familiar. And so that is what we always do in January. I'm going to skip over to April right now because that's our third free concert, which I should add, those concerts are free thanks to the support from the City of Rancho Mirage, from the Allen Foundation, from Eisenhower Medical Center, who really stepped up to underwrite these events in our community this year so that people would have free concerts to attend.
Excellent.
So the April concert, April 30th, we will play along with movie shorts from Disney movies.
Okay.
So that's another family fun event. And, kids could come dressed as their favorite Disney character to that. We really want to expose kids and families to music. And a lot of people don't realize that when they're watching a Disney cartoon, that is symphonic music.
Yeah.
When they're singing, the theme from Frozen, when all these little girls are singing along with Elsa, they're not singing with a rock band or a pop group. They're singing with a
symphony.
Orchestra.
Yeah.
Exactly. So reminding people or making people aware that symphony is not maybe just what your parents and your grandparents listened to. You're listening to symphony probably on a daily basis, but you just don't know
Don't
it.
realize it, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Even when you're listening to the soundtrack of it from a James Bond movie or Star Wars, that is symphonic music.
Absolutely.
And so just making people aware of that, and we don't want to lose that.
Right.
So those are the three concerts that are free. The fourth concert will not be free, but it's going to be fabulous.
Okay.
We are going to play along with John Lodge from the Moody Blues. So it will be a Moody Blues concert.
How great is that?
I know. How great is
Yeah.
that? And so tickets will go on sale December 1st for that. But along with our last line of conversation, the Days of Future Past album for the Moody Blues was played with a symphony. So here you have a rock group performing symphonic music.
Yeah.
So they're going to perform that album with us. And I know I've spoken to a lot of people. Moody Blues has a huge following.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that concert will sell out.
How much are tickets for that?
Tickets will be roughly $50, $70, and $90. I think $49.50, $69.50, and $89.50 for that concert, and they'll go on sale December 1st.
Okay, and people can get them. Should they go to the website www.cvsymphony.com?
You can go through our website. I think there will also be links through the City of Rancho Mirage website, and you'll sign up. There'll be an Eventbrite link through which you can buy tickets.
Okay, super.
And I predict they'll go within days.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, don't they usually sell out pretty quick, the ticketed events?
They do.
Yeah.
I heard them a few years ago. I can't remember when exactly, but it was probably maybe 10 years ago at the casino here, and it was sold out.
Yeah.
And there's a huge following for them. There are people that just look for their concerts every time they're anywhere near. They're going to a Moody Blues concert.
Absolutely, yeah. Well,
very iconic, Nights in White Satin. And those
sure,
songs.
yeah.
Even if you maybe didn't know Moody Blues because they were a little before your time, their songs.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Lisa Lindley, thank you so much for telling us all about what's coming up with the Coachella Valley Symphony, and it's very exciting. They're going to be at the Rancho Mirage Amphitheater. Check it out, www.cvsymphony.com. Some wonderful events coming up. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. We also have really strong youth programs that go with our symphony, all free of charge. So I want people to know that, too.
Check them out. All right. Lisa Lindley, thank you so much. And we will talk to the rest of you next time on The Desert Scene.